Hello everybody, my name is Snippets Fun. I welcome you back to part 4 of my anime collection videos, showing you the various anime related stuff I have in my collection, just to give you guys an update on what I own, and show stuff off, and kind of communicate with you guys and stuff like that. I didn't mention this in any of the future parts, but I would love to see you guys comment maybe your collections in the comment section, and what you guys think maybe I'm missing, comment what you think I should get, because I'm really out looking for stuff. I would really want to jump into more anime related stuff. So I didn't mention that in parts 1 through 3. So in the comment section, just enjoy talking about what I'm showing you guys, and talk about what you own and what I should get. And maybe you guys can say what I have that you would want to get. So yeah, I'm only going to talk about this container in part 4. This is going to be probably even shorter than part 3, and then the final part will go through the big container. So yeah, I'm going to start with Trigun, a classic 90s anime. I remember watching this years ago off of YouTube, and then I went out when I could get a chance to buy the DVD and bought myself, the DVD. And I actually like it. It's classic. It's like a Western, futuristic, space Western type anime. Bash Stampede's freaking awesome. Wolfwood's cool too. Everyone in that series is pretty darn enjoyable, from good guys to villains. Another classic 90s anime. I only own the first 2 parts, the first 2 seasons of Yu Yu Hakusho, but I am going to go out and try to find seasons 3 and 4. So I got these from Best Buy about time ago. If you haven't noticed already, there's a lot of stuff in here I've not opened yet, because my own personal collection I only watch here and there, and I try to go jump back and forth between Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, my own stuff, YouTube, to know where to watch watch anime from time to time. So yeah, this is only part 1 and part 2. I bought about 2 years ago, and I've only recently jumped into Yu Yu Hakusho, back when I first started college around 2008, 2009 is when I first got into it. I remember watching it back in the day when they had it on Adult Swim, and I always was interested in the series, but I never really super jumped onto it until about 6 years ago, and 6-7 years ago, and then I jumped into it and I watched all of season 1 on YouTube, all of season 2 on YouTube. I got to the part where they fight Senshui, and then for some reason I just jumped to something else, and something got up in my life or whatever. But now I'm going to get the other 2 seasons and start from square one at the beginning. Watch all of it. Yu Yu Hakusho is a classic. It's a classic. I love it. There's stuff in here that's just like the last one, stuff that's not anime. And I'll quickly show it off just for the sake of showing it off. But Star Wars, basically every episode except for episode 1, which I own on VHS, but it's basically all the classics, and 3 and 2, and special edition type stuff. Whatever. Jump into this. We are on Deadman Wonderland, which I actually really quite like this series a lot. It was one of the anime out there that when Toonami was coming back in 2012, the summer of 2012, this and Casher and Sins were basically the only 2 anime I really watched, because everything else I either seen or I was behind in or whatever, and I just wanted to start from square one and see some new anime series. I actually quite like this. It needs another season desperately, but as far as I keep hearing, there's stuff going on with the creator, or there's the financial and how successful it was in Japan, or the fact that it squared it off from the manga or whatever. I'm guessing it's not going to, but if you can't do a sequel to this, start it over and do it where you can do everything, because it ends. I love the characters and the story in this, but it ends answering jack squat. You want more. You want to see more. So I'm hoping one day we could see a continuation of that. And right here we got the first part of Attack on Titan Season 1. I do not have part 2 yet, but I do have part 1. I actually do quite like Attack on Titan. And I am anticipating Season 2 when it comes out sometime this year. Because I kept hearing about it. I watched this back in 2014. Early 2014, I watched it on Netflix in Japanese before they even made the English dub. And then when they started putting it on Toonami with the new Funimation English dub, I watched it all there too. So season 1 I've seen English and Japanese. But I kept hearing about in 2013, everyone talking about Attack on Titan this, Attack on Titan that. They weren't talking about Sword Art Online. They were talking about freaking Attack on Titan. And I'm like, you know what? I have to get into watching this, and I did, and it's enjoyable. And I'm seeing part 2 next season. And I still have to get part 1. It's enjoyable. But there's I can't really say much more because, like I said, I enjoy it. It's not the best anime I've ever seen, and it is kind of overrated. But being overrated doesn't mean it's bad. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. I love the theme songs, especially the second one. I really like I think the first one I like a lot, and I think it's the overall better one, but I think the second one's a little bit better intro. And I think more of a personal favorite of mine. And here we go. Woof Children. For those of you who have been keeping up with my channel, I remember like a year ago, well, almost a year ago, back in 2015, so I did a review on this movie. And I got it back in 2014. I watched it in English, watched it in Japanese. I love the movie. You know how in like the last part, I talked about how I love Summer Wars a lot, but it's not my favorite Mamoru Hosoda movie? Guess what it is? This right here. I love Woof Children. It's such a beautiful, well done movie. So emotional. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel sad. It's such like a whirl of emotions, which Summer Wars is too, and quite frankly, The Girl Up Through Time actually is too. But this is a well done movie. I love it, and I want to watch it again one day. Continue to watch it. For the longest time, I definitely would put like Studio Ghibli movies up at my top favorite anime movies of all time. And like I said, Kiki's Delivery Service was like my favorite one. For the longest time, like no other movies could really match it. And then I started watching Mamoru Hosoda's movies, and they are at least on par with the Ghibli movies in their own right. Not saying Mamoru Hosoda is like the next Hayao Miyazaki or whatever, but you know, like it's like up there as one of the best Japanese anime movies, like type stuff I've ever seen. Not even just Japanese things, but animation in general. I really like the characters and story, and it's so emotional. And this movie right here is my favorite, as of now, is my favorite anime movie of all time, as of now. And that's why, like I said, I want to hold off to when The Boy and the Beast is coming out and watch that when Marnie was there, the newest Studio Ghibli, newest Mamoru Hosoda movie. Compare them and see if either of them can knock this movie right here off my number one list. Right here, we got the first 3 seasons of Slayers, another 90s classic. I love the Slayers. I've never actually seen the original The Slayers movie, animated movie, but I remember watching these on YouTube years ago. I watched all of season 1, all of season 2. I got through most of season 3, and I came across this years ago, back like in 2010, on my in Best Buy. And I'm like, okay, it was about about $25, $30 some odd dollars, like for 3 seasons. These things are like 20 some episodes each. Like, geez Louise, that's a freaking good deal. And I bought it because I love the series. It's so action packed and comedy driven. It's so awesome. And Gaori is voiced directly by the old Brock from the 4Kids dub of Pokemon. Yeah. It was interesting hearing some of their voices, and some of the other voice actors are from Pokemon too. It's a lot of voice actors from Pokemon, the English dub. But I remember watching this on YouTube, and I wanted to get it and buy it and watch it so I can watch the rest of it, and then I can get into the newer series that are out now. But it is an enjoyable series, and I do really kind of like it. And it was such a good deal just to get this stuff. Like, geez. And basically, the Slayers was also, I think, when I started really pushing to get myself an anime collection, this was like the first one on my list, besides obviously years ago when I collected a lot of Dragon Ball Z VHS tapes and whatnot. This was basically the first one when it comes to like really pushing DVD collections, besides obviously what you're going to see in Part 4, which was back like 6 years or so before that. And the final one I'm going to be talking about when it comes to Part 4 is Soul Eater, which I actually quite enjoy this series. It's I can say about everything. I know I'm repeating myself so flippin' much, but Soul Eater, it's comedic, it has action, you get emotions, you stuff, and it's an interesting world and interesting characters. And I remember being interested in watching this before, and I started watching it like a couple years ago on Netflix. I watched like the first episode or 2, and then I took such a long break. I was like, I'm just gonna watch it and try it out, and then eventually I'll go back to it. But then they started putting it on Toonami about like 2013 sometime, or 2014 sometime, and I watched the complete series then. And then I went out and I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to buy it. So basically, I bought it, and it's the complete series, episodes 1 through 51. It is a nice anime, enjoyable. And that's about it for Part 4. Hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'm hoping to finish it with part 5. There might be a part 6. I cannot guarantee that. But I'm going to be jumping on to my last container of anime stuff right now. And hoping I can get through a 5th part. But if I'm on part 6, hope you guys enjoy it. And hope you guys stuck around to watch all this. And like I said, put in the comment section what you guys think about my collection. What am I missing? What in my collection do you guys feel like you want to get? And talk about your own collections. And see you all later. My name is Mike Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. And have a lovely day. And bye.